Okay, good evening, sir or ma. Like I was saying, this is just to show you how the app works. Normally, you double click on the app on your system. I'm assuming this is your server now. So, this is the icon of the app named Smart Connect. You double click. Once you double click, it loads the login interface. Here we have the username. Now I'll be logging in with admin username. Normally you're going to have an admin and other usernames. The other usernames are for your staff where they can log in and then be able to sell. Okay, but for now I'm going to use the admin. Before I proceed, the admin has overall access. Okay, the admin can edit, the admin can add prices, the admin can change prices, it can add quantity and so many other things. But for the users, that is for the staff that will be operating the system, all they can do is just to make a sale. That way they have no privilege to alter any content, to alter prices or quantity and the rest of that. So let's just log in with the admin for now. This is just for demo purposes. Admin, admin. Okay, now once you log in, you have these interfaces where you have the sales, okay, you have the inventory, the account, database settings. There's a whole lot of possibilities with the app, like I mentioned earlier on. In the sales, the first menu, which is the sales interface, is where you go to make a sale. Like, let's say you want to sell any item, this is where you go, and then you come to the search box. You come to this search box and then you type the product you want to sell, and then you proceed from there. But since this is just an empty database, it's just for illustration purposes, let me try to see if I can just add a product and then we can make a sale very quickly. All right, now to add products, to check products, add prices and the rest of that, you make use of the inventory menu, this second menu, which is the inventory menu. So I'll click the inventory menu and then I'll click this item, this manage item, and now let me just add a product. Let me call it Born Fitter, for instance. Okay, barcode. This barcode is what allows you to be able to make use of a barcode scanner like they use in ShopRite. So it allows sales to be very fast. Instead of typing the name of the product, if you have the product barcode, it just captures the product automatically and then saves a lot of time and eliminate possible errors. But now we are going to leave that, is optional. Location, this one too is optional. I can just call it Ilorin. Okay, category, I'm calling it beverages. Okay, measurements, you can decide that, okay, this is measured in gram or kilogram, whatever your unit of measurement is. So now at this point I'm saving the item, and as you can see, it's saying item successfully saved to the database. But that is just part A of the inventory. The next thing is to add, yes, we have the reorder level here. What the reorder level does, like I said, the app does so many things, like more than 50 possible operations, but I'm just going to a very few of it for you to have an idea of how it works. The reorder level, what it does is to alert you when you are running out of stock. That way you don't run out of stock without knowing. So if, for example, I put 10 here, if I put 10 here, what it means is once this product, which is Bonfita, once we have 10 of it remaining in shelf, we want to see an alert. That is what the reorder level does. Okay, we have this option, the last unit cost. This last unit cost, what it does is, I was mentioning that with this app you can know your daily profit or losses. So if you put, for you to be able to know your daily profit, that means you have to put both your cost price and your selling price. So if you put your cost price there, I'm just assuming this is, let's say, 1,000 naira, and let's say your selling price is 1,500 naira, automatically 500 naira is your profit. So again, this last unit cost allows you to be able to determine your profit on all sold items. Maybe at the end of the day, you want the system to tell you how much profit you have made. If you want that option, you make use of this last unit cost. Of course, we also have the expiry option. This expiry option, what it does is it's to let you know if an item is expiring so that you can quickly take a step, like maybe sell it as fast as you can or make a return. At any event, what it does is to alert you of expired or about to expire item. Usually I encourage clients to set that expiry to at least 2 months before it expires. That way the software alerts you that in the next 2 months certain items are going to be expiring. There is a menu for all of this where you can check. If you check this upper area, you see the expired stock. So stocks that are expiring comes there automatically, and then you can quickly take action. Also here you have the low stock that are running low are also shown here automatically. But let's just run quickly through this. So before then, okay, let me just save the changes I made. Okay, I need to also do something very quickly to allow for complete understanding of this process. Okay, all right, so I was supposed to have done this before I log in. It's just to enable a feature that allows admin to be able to add quantity to the product. Okay, let's go back in. I'm sure the Bonfita, okay, as you can see, when I log in back under the inventory, I was having nothing before, but I have a product. If you check below the app, it's showing that there is a total of 1 product. That means a product has been added. But we are not done with this product. We still need to input the quantity and also the price. Afterwards, we make a sales. Okay, so let's do that very quickly. I can just easily go to this manage item tab, or you can even double click. It does the same thing. It will bring the same page that we had before, where we can have our items, quantity, and prices. For now, let's check the unit price. So we can decide that, okay, this product, a unit price, a unit is the least sellable quantity of that product. A least sellable quantity of that product. For this product, we can decide that, okay, for the retail price of this unit, we are selling for, let's say, 1,005. And if you sell wholesale of this product, we can just say, okay, for the wholesale, we are doing, okay, let's just assume we are only selling retail for now. Okay, so what do? We save the changes we have made again. All right, and lastly, we need to enter the quantity we have in stock. So you click this update stock to enter the quantity. Let's assume we have just 20 items in the store. So we'll type the 20 and then we choose the update stock. For every action you take, you are going to see a prompt which indicates that you have actually taken the action successfully. So I'm going to choose OK. All right, and you can see it's bringing the information. Quantity in store is 20. So that means we have actually inputted the quantity that we have in store. Before we proceed to the last thing that I just want to show you here is, there are some items that you are not only selling in quantity, you're also selling in packet. And then you may be selling raw or carton. So different sellable categories. So for example, if it is a sachet Bonfita, after inputting the price for the unit, we have to come here and input the price for the sachet. If usually we have 12 sachets in a row, so that 12 will be inside this packet quantity. For your convenience, you can rename this packet to sachet. That one is it is up to the customer. But what it does is it allows you to capture every sale, whether you are selling a unit or you are, okay, let's just make use of that. Let's assume we are also selling in sachet and 20 of it makes a sachet. And let's assume the price for this is just an example is 20,000 naira. So we put that 20,000 naira, and lastly we save. Okay, before we proceed, since we have added the sachet option, we should also add the sachet quantity. So let's go to update stock, and let's put our unit is still 20, but this time around, let's say we have 10 rows of the product. So we're updating. Once we update and then we choose OK, we're going to have that breakdown. Can you see? We are having everything is, if you convert it to pieces, everything is 120 pieces. Or we are having 12 packets, which in this case is what we typed here, the 12 that we typed here, and 6 units. 6 units is the first one that we actually inputted. So, well, I will be giving a clear explanation of this just for you to have an overview of how it works. Okay, so let's assume we've added all of this information. Let's just go very quickly to the last thing I want to quickly mention, which is the sales menu. This first menu here, the sales menu, this allows us to make a sale of the product inputted. So if you go to that sales, this is where we search for what we want to sell. So here you can just type. As you are typing, it will be filtering. You can see we already have the Bonfita and the amount. Okay, so if you double click on that Bonfita, can you see it's asking, what do we want to sell? It's bringing the unit. Even from here, you can know what we have in stock. It's telling you have 12 packets, which could be sachets in our own example, and 6 units. So let's assume we are selling packet. You also click packet. It will also bring, can you see, it's also bringing the price for the packet as well as the price for the unit. So you can come here, but it's optional. You might decide, okay, you know what, I'm not selling packet, I'm just selling unit. So you toggle that off. Once you toggle it off, it goes, and then you have only the one you're selling. Okay, let's make use of this for now. Now you're saying a unit is 1,500 naira. How many units is the customer buying? That is, how many pieces? Let's assume the customer is buying just 3 pieces. You type the 3 here. This button allows you to increase the unit or decrease the unit. As you can see, you can be adding, or you can just delete the whole thing and type what you want. Once you are satisfied with these entries, you click OK. And then at this point, it brings you to the overview of what you are buying. If the customer is buying more items, you run through this process again, type here, search the item, and automatically it adds up here. Even at this point, you can decide that, okay, like if you see, we have 3 quantity of this product, automatically making an amount of 4,005. So we can decide that we want to increase the quantity. If you click increase, it becomes, can you see, it becomes 6,000 automatically. Or you can decrease. As you click any of this menu, you see the action taking place automatically. So at this point, you can decide that, okay, if the customer is no longer buying or is changing his mind, you can remove the item using this remove item menu. If the customer is suspending the invoice, maybe he's unable to get the money or is trying to get money from POS or something, you can just suspend. And then once you suspend, the item leaves the cart. I will be explaining all of this later. So the last thing is, once you are satisfied with all your entries, you can check out. Once you click checkout, it brings you to this page. It's saying the amount payable is 4,005. How much is the person paying? So you type the amount the person is paying. Let's say it's the same 4,005. Okay, and then at this point, you can optionally type the customer's name, the address, the phone number if you want it on the receipt. But if it is a credit customer, maybe one of your big customers that want to pay later, you click this manage credit sales. And once you click this, you'll be able to type the name of that customer. There is a special section in the app that manages credit customer, where you can have how much they are owing, and as they are paying back, you can automate their payment and then the rest of that. But once you have done all of that and you are satisfied with your entry, you just click this accept transaction, which is usually the last part. Once you click this accept transaction, it automatically generates a receipt for the customer and add that sales to the record. Okay, I won't do that because there's no receipt attached. This is just for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to close this. All right, and then we have the cashier report where you can have a full breakdown of all the sales. If you come here, okay, let me just do something before I leave. Let me accept that transaction. Okay, I've inputted the 45, and then if I choose accept transaction, okay, we're going to have a message. We're having this message because the printer is not attached. So, but then I'll just ignore anyway. I know the transaction is completed. So let me close this box. Okay, as you can see, this whole place is blank, but I can tell you the transaction is completed. For us to verify that, we can come to this cashier report, this menu at the end. Now you can see we have an item, which is Bonfita in the report. Can you see that? And it's bringing us the total sales for that day, which is 4,005. All right, confirming that the action was actually successful. Lastly, on the report, you can decide that, okay, you want to see the sales not just for that day. You can decide, you can just make use of the calendar. You can go back and say maybe you want to see the sales from January. You pick just like you would on your bank statement. You can pick from date range, and then after you are satisfied with your entry, you click the load report menu. That brings you the total sales, and of course it will even bring you your profit. As you can see, this is saying the profit is 1,500 naira for this product. So this is just an overview of what the app is all about. There are a whole lot of things, but I just wanted to have an idea of what it's about. So please let me know if you have questions on this. Thank you.